About starts for a while, doesn't it?
Yeah, no, it was a great start. And as I said, we spoke about it during the week with the players, and they understood some of it was the key areas we wanted to get better at, and some of it was a bit of mindset, and they certainly jumped out of the blocks well tonight.
Good way to lock the ball in too for about 22 minutes, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think earlier it was about 17-1 inside 50s, and clearly the game was in our half. Maybe could have converted a little bit better, but it's been pretty critical. I mean, the energy and the effort they brought early was outstanding.
Were you, obviously the conditions were atrocious the first quarter, were you surprised just how well they played in those conditions?
Yeah, well look, we spoke about it before the game, and it was one of those things where we actually probably thought the worst of the weather had passed before we started, so when it started coming down like it did, I thought they adapted really well, and we spoke about the need to try and get the game in our half early, almost regardless of the conditions, but they did adapt very well.
Is that the most impressive performance you've seen the side play this season, Don?
Oh, I think it's probably the best we've played for a month. I think we played some really strong and powerful footy early in the year, but certainly in the last month, that's back to sort of playing the way we want to play, and all phases of the game. I thought we were really strong all night. What's
been the key to the turnaround in the last couple of weeks?
Look, the season's going to have its ups and downs. I've always said that, and we had a couple of down weeks where I thought we were just off in terms of some of our contested work, which has been one of our strengths, and also probably our running and stuff. And tonight we got, last week there were some good signs, and tonight we got back to a really high standard there against a really good team, and we're able to get that result.
You'll never put Andy Otten in defence again, will you?
Oh, he's been going well down there. Yeah, he competes. That's really what we're after. When the ball goes forward, and we had opportunities to take it forward, he's prepared to compete in the air and on the ground, which is what we want from our forwards.
Don, you brought Josh Jenkins straight back in after a week in the sample. Did you see what you wanted to see from him tonight in response to that decision?
Yep.
In what aspects?
I was happy with Josh's game. I mean, that's the intensity he played at, and again from a conditioning viewpoint, it didn't hurt him having a run back there last week. But certainly I thought his intensity around the ball was noticeable.
From the very start, he took a pretty strong mark, I think, in the first or second minute. Then he might have crumbed. I think it was Eddie, might have went for a grab and Josh was on the ground. Does that sort of just show you what he was capable of?
Yeah, look, he's capable of that, and that's the thing. We've sort of known that. It's about and he's a proud man who wants to perform well at the level, and he's very capable at this level. So it was great to see him respond that way and play the way he did.
Hugh Greenwood didn't dominate the stats, but I thought he played a very good game in tackling and so on. How do you see his performance midfield?
Yeah, look, it's interesting. You look at his background. He comes from Tasmania, and he seemed like he was taking it nice and clean on the ground, and he was influential, as you say, without really hitting the stat sheet significantly in terms of some of his clearances, his hardball stuff, and a couple of just key touches at times. So it was good for Hugh tonight.
How have you seen his overall development over the last 18 months at Greenwood?
Oh, it's been phenomenal, really, to be honest. He's come from playing basketball in the University of New Mexico to now playing AFL footy. He had a background and history in it, but the transition from going and playing on a 30-metre court to playing a 180-metre field took some time, but he's done all the work, and so it's a great reward he's getting for the effort he's put in.
The two brothers from Ballarat seemed to like the wet weather as
well. Yep, no, they were very good. Along with the rest of our mids tonight, I thought they really rolled their sleeves up on a sort of one of those conditioned nights that was always going to be slippery and tough inside, and the Crouch boys really stepped up, which was great.
I think Matt had 26 touches to half time. You're disappointed didn't crack the half century there?
No, we sort of, look, and you mentioned those two guys, but I thought again, one of the strengths of our side all year has just been how even it is. And you talk about Hugh Greenwood, who's had 10 or 11 touches through to the Crouch boys, but from there on, there's a lot of guys that are helping us play well. So it's not really about individuals for us; it's about a real team contribution and guys just playing their role. And some nights you'll get the goals, some nights you get the possessions, but as long as they're contributing and helping the team out, then we can get the result we get.
Rich touched on Andy Otten before. How tough is it going to be to move him out of the forward line once Mitch McGovern returns from injury? Yeah,
well, it's going to be a nice problem to have. I mean, I think our Sandfield team had another good win today, and there's some guys there. I think Harrison Wigg continued to play well. John O'Beach played well again. So there's pressure on for spots, which is a good thing. That's what you want. Makes selection harder, but clearly we want guys in good form who can come in and play when required and keep working for opportunities.
Obviously, it's the sort of win you want when you had a really big challenge on Friday night. Geelong, given the form that they've shown recently as well.
Yeah, well, it's another great test. This comp just keeps throwing them up. So we recover from tonight. We know we've got 6 days into Geelong down there, and so we've got to make sure we're up and ready for that. And they're obviously playing some good footy. So another big test. Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Well done.